Good afternoon and welcome to today's Daily Press Conference with Neutral to Dwayne Hards from MKLN&A-UK3. I'm going to begin by updating you on the current cases. There are in England cases updated on the 7th of June at 13:44 local. Confirmed 154,680 plus 873. Deaths 36,127 plus 522. Recovered, base not currently stated. United Kingdom cases updated on the 7th of June at 13:44 local. Confirmed 284,868 today plus 557. Deaths 40,465 plus 204. Recovered, global cases updated on the 7th of January at 13:34 local. Confirmed 6,916,233 plus 157,023. Deaths 400,135 plus 4,804. Recovered 3,006,328 plus 335,488. Next, I'm going to begin with cruelty to animals. Cruelty to animals, also called animal abuse, animal neglect, or animal cruelty, is the infliction by omission or by commission by humans of suffering or harm upon any non-human. More narrowly, it can be causing of harm or suffering for specific achievement, such as killing animals for entertainment. Cruelty to animals sometimes encompasses inflicting harm or suffering as an end in itself, defined as sadism. I want to make this clear. Our time in lockdown means more animals have been mistreated by sick in the head people, and those sick people that have done such cruel acts, who are caught, must serve justice. And animals are just as important as humans. Thank you. Many animals suffer multiple forms of abuse, with the most common type of abuse being neglect and abandonment. Dogs and cats are the most common victims, but abuse among other animal species, including domestic farm animals, wild animals, small pets, and all manner of bird and fowl. And we will not tolerate this, no matter the circumstances. Acts of violence or neglect perpetrated against animals are considered animal cruelty. Examples include overt animal abuse, dog and cockfighting, and companion. Animal neglect, where the animal is denied basic necessities of care, such as fresh water and food or shelter. Animals are easy targets because they can't react, so cowards choose to abuse them instead of adult men in the street. Thugs throw dog from car as harrowing animal abuse cases to rise further since lockdown began. RSPCA rescuers have dealt with more than 31,000 incidents of animal cruelty, neglect, and suffering, animals which need help. Incidents between adults and children online, i.e. grooming, continues rising, and cyberbullying. Paedophiles could be targeting children during the coronavirus lockdown. In order to track them down, once the rules are lifted, a safeguarding leader has warned. With many pupils being educated online during the lockdown, Emily Costantus, Chief Executive of the Safeguarding Alliance, says parents will be well aware of the high-risk increase in children spending time online. She told the House of Commons Education Committee that paedophiles could seek to form relationships online before attempting to meet up with children once the lockdown has been lifted. Constantus told MPs on Tuesday, in response to COVID-19, many pupils will be currently educated online, and with that brings a whole host of safeguarding concerns. It's a well-known fact that with the high increase of pupils online, potential predators will be well aware of that and also accessing online facility in order to potentially speak to children. She went on, my other concern is while lockdown is in place, those threats are possibly not immediate threats, but when it starts to be lifted, relationships could potentially have been formed with those pupils on an online basis. And then essentially predators could start meeting up with children subsequent to lockdown being lifted. The government has acknowledged the risks associated with children spending more time online. in its latest education guidance. Why is it guidance? It reads, with children spending more time online to do schoolwork and other activities, there could be an additional risk. This is why it is more important than ever that children, parents and carers know how to stay safe online. It is important that parents and carers talk to their children about online safety, show an interest in what they are doing online, and ask what they like and dislike about the apps and services they use. Discuss age-appropriate ground rules, like how much time they spend online doing different things and what games and apps are appropriate to use. All consider setting up and reviewing age-appropriate parental controls. Setting parental controls can be a quick and effective tool to help protect children online. In its COVID-19 recovery strategy, published on Monday, the government said it is hoping to introduce a phased return at some primary schools year groups from June the 1st at the earliest. Number 10 wants receptions, Year 1 and Year 6 pupils to return in smaller class sizes. It's all about what you want, isn't it, Mr. Government and your darling wife? In secondary schools and colleges, it also wants Year 10 and Year 12 pupils who are facing GCSEs and A-levels in the next academic year to begin returning. Online child abusers are seeking to take advantage of the coronavirus pandemic. International Law Enforcement Agency, Europol, has warned pubs may be closed until Christmas due to lockdown. 5 ways the coronavirus crisis could impact Christmas 2020. The COVID-19 outbreak will have impacts we will all year know. 1. Shopping. 2. Income. 3. Christmas. 4. Visiting friends and family or allowing them to come charging into your private domain. 5. Having guests. 6. Seasonal flus and other future illnesses. It's not yet clear just how the coronavirus impacts with the seasonal flus we have all encountered when the weather's turned colder each year. We may see new strains of flu and cold-like illnesses that may take their toll on those who have already suffered as a result of coronavirus. Online child abuse rising during lockdown, warn police. Children or students with SEN needs can now go to school, and those are key workers. The term vulnerable, used towards people with a disability under the Equality Act 2010, is discrimination, and I don't know why the government think they're above it. Child abuse websites crash during coronavirus lockdowns. Australian law enforcement officers have reported websites containing child sexual material crashing over recent weeks. Children higher risk of domestic abuse during coronavirus self-isolation period can be a worrying experience. Spitting in public may have you arrested. Spitting on someone can get you charged with homicide. Definition of disability under the Equality Act 2010. You're disabled under the Equality Act 2010 if you have a physical or mental impairment that has a substantial and long-term negative effect on your ability to do normal daily activities. The Equality Act 2010 doesn't apply to Northern Ireland. What substantial and long-term mean? Substantial is more than minor or trivial, e.g. it takes much longer than it usually would to complete a daily task like getting dressed. Long-term means 12 months or more, e.g. a breathing condition that develops as a result of a lung infection. There are special rules about recurring or fluctuating conditions, e.g. arthritis. Progressive conditions. A progressive condition is one that gets worse over time. People with progressive conditions can be classed as disabled. However, you automatically meet the disabled definition under the Equality Act 2010 from the day you're diagnosed with HIV infection, cancer, or multiple sclerosis. What isn't counted as a disability? There's guidance on conditions that aren't covered by the disability definition, e.g. addiction to non-prescribed drugs or alcohol. Types of discrimination, protected categoristics. It is against the law to discriminate against anyone because of age, gender reassignment, being married or in a civil partnership, disability, being pregnant or on maternity leave, race including colour, nationality, ethnic or national origin, religion or belief, sex, sexual orientation. These are called protected categoristics. You're protected from discrimination at work, in education, as a consumer, when using public services, when buying or renting property. As a member or guest of a private club or association, you're legally protected from discrimination by the Equality Act 2010. Both civil and criminal laws do apply. You're also protected from discrimination if you're associated with someone who has a protected characteristic. For example, a family member or friend you've complained about discrimination or supported someone else's claim. Action against discrimination. You can do something voluntarily to help people with a protected characteristic. This is called positive action. Taking positive action is legal if people with a protected characteristic are at a disadvantage, have particular needs, e.g. ASD, are underrepresented in an activity or type of work. Stay alert. We can all help control the virus if we all stay alert. This means you must stay at home as much as you possibly can. Work from home if you can. Limit contact with other people. Keep your distance. If you go out 2 meters apart where possible. Wash your hands regularly. Do not leave your home if you or anyone in your household has symptoms. As I always do, I would like to thank all key workers and NHS staff. So thank you to those. I'm news reporter Dwayne Hards with MK Local News and Awareness UK3. I will now end today's briefing. Thank you. Goodbye. I also want to add something. For Christmas, there's good things to look forward to, such as make sure you look forward to Christmas and you have a nice time. That's my extra added message to everybody. That's also important.